everyone, I'm back. It's been a week already. I'm here with my glasses on because I can't see. I've got no makeup on as usual, but do you know what? I'm not letting that stop me. So hello. Welcome to this week's show. It's Wednesday. Watch me Wednesday at midday. So I'm not going to be as long as last week. I'm far more organised. We're not going to craft off the cuff. I'm organised for once, which is a little bit shocking. But for those of you who don't know me, if in case I've just come up on your Facebook feed, my name is Natalie O'Shea. I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator, which means that all the products that I'm going to use in this video are from a company called Stampin' Up. And lo and behold, all is great with the world, because do you know what? If you go to that address there, you can purchase nearly everything that I'm buying. The only thing, what am I doing? There's one thing that isn't available till next month, but do you know what? You can change that around, and I'll explain what that is. But yes, I'm here to just give you this week's kind of news and make a card, because that's what we do. So everything, literally everything, when you look behind me, everything that I'm using, the card, the ribbon, the ink, the colouring utensils, everything is from Stampin' Up. And what's great is all coordinates. That's what I love. Who has 10 ton of green card and still can't find the right green to match the bit of pattern paper that they have? No more! Is that a problem? Yes, so this is why I love Stampin' Up. But what have I got to tell you about today? So today, a couple of bits of news. So today is the last day that you can sign up for this month, so October's monthly card club. All my reminders have gone out on social media and on my email list to those that are doing it. So it's using the kit. Doesn't include a stamp set, so a kit is all consumables like pattern paper, ribbon, embellishments, card, the envelopes. So you can have a kit and tweak it to whatever you need. But I always use a stamp set or a coordinating bundle, which is normally a stamp set and a punch, or a stamp set and dies. And you can purchase those as an extra if you want to, but you don't have to. It's entirely up to you. I tell you what else I've used in the kit to make the samples that I include, and you can add them or you can tweak it with what you've got. And so this month is all about the Gnome for the Holidays set. And if you caught me last Wednesday, I've just got an exclamation mark there. What does that mean? Ooh. I've got something. Can anyone see me okay? I think I might have to worry about that. Let me know if I'm dropping out. I don't know if anyone's here. Let me know if you can see and hear me okay. Maybe I'm not even on and you can't see me. But yes, so this month's kit was all using the Gnome for the Holidays. So cute. Wasn't my cup of tea to start with, but I've fallen in love with it. Elizabeth, you can hear me okay, Elizabeth, yeah? So today I'm just going to make another card using this cute set, and that's it, I'm done. Just because I loved it in the monthly card club. So as I say, today is the last day to sign up for that. I mean, tomorrow you can sign up for next month's, but you won't know what it is or anything yet, because I haven't even decided what I'm doing yet. But you'll hear that before by the end of the month. So you could sign up for that if you wanted to. But yeah, it's just a great club where some coordinating product supplies come through your door. Thanks, Vivian. And you can tweak and play with what you want. So all coordinated and can be tweaked. I give you examples. I have a video. Sometimes it'll be step by step, but sometimes it won't. Sometimes I kind of go through if you've got this, or you haven't got this, you can use this, and sort of alternatives and things like that, really. If we're colouring, I might include some colouring tools, but otherwise you can just use whatever you've got. So that's kind of how it works. So you can subscribe for £25 a month, every month. Michelle needs a stamp set. I can help you with that, Michelle. But yes, it is the cutest. It's £18, but people are being able to buy it. So when people add the stamp set to their club or anything else they add, they get a little bit of a discount as well. So it's normally £18, and people in the club are getting it for £15 this month, so it's good. I'm glad you've got it and love it too, Vivian. I do love it. I've fallen in love with it, but I'm going to have to stop using it. But I'm still going to use it for today, just to make a simple card. But yeah, so come and join the monthly card club. It's great. It's amazing value for money for £25. That includes your postage, and it comes through the door. It's on a PayPal subscription, and you can cancel anytime you want to. But let's go over a couple of things. I'm going to change my camera. There we go. So also just to let you know that our designer series paper or pattern paper sale is still on. So it's on all month, but obviously we are halfway through the month already. So here it is. There are 15 sets where they have 15% off. So if you are a pattern paper lover like me, now is the time to stock up on your pattern paper. So all these are now £9.14. So they're either 12 by 12 and you get 12 double-sided sheets, or they're 6 by 6 and you get 48 double-sided sheets. So you get the same. It's either in 12 by 12 or 6 by 6. But there we go. So the artistry blooms, instead of £10.75, is £9.14. If I bring these up, you might be able to see them a bit better. 'Tis the season, DSP. We called it DSP. I need to get out of that. It's pattern paper to you and me. One of my favourites, the Forever Greenery. That's £9.14 now as well. You've got the plaid tidings. Now this wasn't my cup of tea, but I have to say, I used it in September's monthly club, and I loved it. I did fall in love with it. So there we go. Trimming the Town, amazing pattern paper. Again, only £9.14. 12 sheets of 12 by 12, and just great. I have lots of people that are buying this, and I bought some more as well. You've got a whole sheet there that you could just literally frame and don't need to do anything else with. But you've got some smaller patterns there as well. Fab. And lots of easy to cut out things. So again, this sheet here, it's got all the houses and the trees on. We do coordinating dies, and they do go with that and cut those out, but they're not too bad to cut out by hand either, so you don't have to have a die cutting machine. Poinsettia Place, I haven't used this yet, but I do intend to play with that shortly. And then we have the Toil Tidings. It's a very traditional Christmas red and green. Peony Garden, love it. Not just for weddings, but just beautiful. The greys and the peaches, love it. Whale of a Time. I know lots of people love this. It's not my cup of tea. Dare I say that? But I know lots of people love it. But yeah, so if you like that, that's a little 6 by 6 pad, and great for underwater scenes and things like that. Snowflake Splendor, again, great for Christmas. It's 12 by 12, so it's still £9, and they're all £9.14. I don't know why I keep repeating the price. Halloween, we're not too late for Halloween. You could order it today and it would be here in time for you to make some Halloween gifts and things. Heartwarming Hugs, my fave. My fave because it is traditional Christmas colours, but actually all the patterns don't have to be used for Christmas at all. It's very contemporary, stripes and plaids and patterns. It's great for Christmas, but lasts you through the year. You've got the In Good Taste series, designer series paper. That's a bigger pack, so that is £17, but that's down from 20. And it's got, how many sheets has it got? It's got loads in it. It's more than the 12. I can't remember. Someone tell me who's watching. How many pattern paper sheets are in there? Lots, I know that. Playing with patterns, going across, and the Playful Pets. That's been really popular. I mean, I know you can't, these aren't big pictures. You can see them online. If you go onto that address at the bottom there, natalieoshea.stampinup.net, and go into sale and go down to pattern paper sale or DSP sale, you can see them all there and you can click them there and have bigger views. But yeah, all got 15% off, and only for this month. It doesn't happen, they do it once a year, so it's not like it's going to happen again. I wouldn't have thought this year. So it's a great time to stock up, basically. If you love a pattern paper, we have, I normally say it's got 12 sheets in, 2 sheets the same of every design, so that you can keep one and stroke it, and then you can use the other one. So that's what we have 2 sheets of the same thing in for. But that's good. Design series paper. Oh, Michelle, if I could help you in Australia, I would, but never mind. Are you a demonstrator, Michelle? If you are, you can obviously buy it yourself. But if not, I can recommend the lovely Donna Gray. She is in Australia, and you can purchase off her. She does amazing things, busy lady, but she would look after you. So what are we going to make today? Let's get on with it. So we're not going to be as long today. So if I can find last week's card. Can I find last week's card? Is it in this little batch here that I've got? Oh, it probably isn't, to be fair. I've put it somewhere very safe. Have Have you been watching my blog? I've updated loads of cards, or just dropped something, on my blog this week, this month, in fact. Got some Christmas cards on there, all sorts, but I can't find my card I made last week. It's filed safely somewhere. But anyway, you can find the Facebook Live by going to the videos tab or the media tab and videos on Facebook. Or if you're watching this on YouTube or you're not and you want to go to YouTube, you can catch it there as well. So if you don't like my Facebook page here, then give me a little... Well, there you go, Michelle. You see, you are a demo, you can buy it, and Donna is your upline, so you'll know how lovely she is. There we go, that was good, wasn't it? So, yes, what was the thing? I've been distracted now. What was I saying? Oh, I can't even remember. Yes, oh yes, if you don't already like my page here, if you tick like, then Facebook will let you know when I go live each Wednesday. It'll give you a little reminder. Or if you're watching this on YouTube or you just want to go YouTube, I'd love to get more subscribers on my YouTube channel. So just go and do that anyway. That'd be really lovely if you would. Once I finish this, I can go back and edit the description and I'll put my YouTube link in there. So you can watch last week's on YouTube as well. But again, if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, it will tell you when I upload a new video. So what are we going to make today? Da, da, da. How cute is that? I love this. Super simple, very tone on tone. Love it. Love it. So this is what we're going to make. Or I'm going to show you how to make. Super simple. So you could crank out quite a load of these. But yeah, love it. So let's get going, shall we? So generally all my cards are half a sheet of A4 cut in half. So this is an A5 piece of paper. I've got everything out, but you know I won't have got everything out. So it's an A4 piece of paper cut in half to create an A5 sheet. And all I do with this A5 sheet is, I don't score my cards. I know I should. If I was a really good card making teacher, I would say, score your cards and then fold it. I don't. That's what I do. I do use a bone folder, however, and look at it, it's knackered, to make the fold. So I don't just do it with my fingernail or my finger. I do it with my bone folder to make it so it sits flat. Sometimes if you don't do it, it kind of hovers a little bit up like that. So that makes a good, proper fold. So in this case, we are going landscape. So this pattern paper, so you're sitting there thinking, oh no, I'm so organised, I don't know what I'm doing. A sheet of Whisper White. Now I have to say that I have, we do our Whisper White cardstock in a normal weight and then a thick one. And I have to say I'm pretty much using Whisper White thick on everything now. And then I don't confuse myself. So that is, so because my base card is now 14.8 by 10.5, so every layer goes down 0.5 centimetre. So if you're in America, you have different sized card, but you just go down 1/4 inch, similar sort of thing. So this is, instead of 14.3, this is, sorry, 14.8, this is 14.3, so it's 0.5 centimetre, 5 millimetres smaller, and by 10. And this is 1 whole centimetre or another half, so that is 13.8 by 9.5. So 10.5, 10, 9, 14.8, 14.3, 13.8. And this pattern paper comes from this new set that isn't out yet, it's out next week. It's called Classic Christmas. I did show it last week on my Facebook Live, but you've got a real... You've got the red, the green, and this is Sahara Sand. I probably should have said that. So Sahara Sand, it's not crumb cake, it's our colour called Sahara Sand. So as you can see, look, that's what I mean about coordination, is they match perfectly. Love it. So Cherry Cobbler, Sahara Sand, Shaded Spruce, and Whisper White. And if I can I grab the greens? You've got all patterns in all colours. So you've got that, which again can be Christmas, doesn't have to be. And the other side is Christmas trees. It doesn't say Christmas trees, doesn't have to be Christmas trees. You've got this, which is more kind of mistletoe. There's the polka dot. I used the stars last week. And then this kind of, it's not floral, is it? greenery. Diagonal stripe and a kind of check as well. So can be Christmas, doesn't have to be Christmas, so can be used all year round. It's not very Christmas specific, but they're the three colours: Cherry Cobbler, Sahara Sand, Shaded Spruce. There we go. Hi, Ali and Polo. So yes, that's coming next week as part of that curvy Christmas and the curvy celebration set that I said was going to be available. So here we go. So they are my layers, and I've just remembered, I ran out of my Tombow. I might have to go and grab one. Bear with. Well, I said I was organised. You didn't believe me, did you? So here's a here's a new Tombow. There we go. Look at that. Ta-da! Throw that over there. It does have it doesn't have a plastic coating on this one. Comes in different packaging all the time. So I'm just going to simply glue those down. I tend to use Tombow just purely because it has got a thin end, but it's also got a fat end. So I could squeeze a bit out and then kind of paint it over. But I have to say I'm a thin end all the time. I go round the edge so it doesn't stick up and flick up. And a little bit there. Oh, come on. Oh. No, it's not been. There we go. Once it's flowing. Oh, it's just started raining here. Great. What's it doing there? Wherever you are in the world. So there we go. So make sure that all my borders are as even as can be. But this, because it's wet glue, it just gives you a fraction of time to wiggle it around a bit. So some of the tape dispensers, once you're stuck, and that's it. Although there is a trick with that. I'll share that with you another day. So there we go. Make sure my card's up the right way. It actually doesn't matter at this time. So again, just making sure that I've got an even border, wiggling it around a bit. And there we go. Now, I've got my inches. So, that's my centrepiece. And so what did I say? So again, last week I used these same dies. They're called Stitched So Sweetly. They are scalloped rectangles. So this is the biggest one. But you can have all those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 scalloped rectangle dies. And then some of these kind of label dies as well. So pretty much suitable. You could have a sentiment in there. All sorts of sentiments in there. It's a good all-round set for layering and for sentiments and big images and all sorts. So that's been die cut out of that. If you don't know what a die cutting machine is, we have one, but these are called dies. They have a blade on them, but they're not sharp. They won't cut you. And when you put that on your piece of card and roll it through your machine, it cuts out shapes, which can be any shapes. That could be a giraffe or an elephant. But in this case, it's a scalloped rectangle. So I just cut my Whisper White to literally have, because when I put that on there, I kind of went, it's nice, but it's not quite lifting like I want it to. So I just literally, that little border around there just makes it stand out a little bit more, I thought. So, I have just thought. I've just thought of something. I do this all the time. Look. So my ribbon that's on here is tied around this layer that I've stuck down now. So this is what happens when I'm organised and I make this days ahead. I forget what I've done. Right, so we're going to have to, might have to do something about that. You could try and rip it off, or you could cut it down and remount it, but we're not going to bother. I'll show you another way to do it. So I then used, it says trying to get everything off, my Stamparatus, which has got all sorts of things over it. So let's put that to one side. And so your Stamparatus, how you would set that up, you would generally put your piece of card in the corner here, but because I did it on a bigger piece of card when I made this one, and you would, I might show you another way round. Hold on a sec, because they're in positions. I don't want to move those. Give me another stamp. Right, so let's do this tree. So if I had this round like that, I'd put it in the corner so it stayed still. You can't really see that. There we go. And I'd go, right, I want the tree there. Like that, just like that. So then I would put my head, so these come out. There is normally one on there, but I tend to only use one. So to make sure that stays where it is, I put my little magnet. Again, I only use one. It comes with two, but if they clash together, they break. So I only use one. Look, don't need any more than that. Just holds it in place. And because I want that there, and then there's no ink, nothing on there at the moment. So I go like that, and it picks it up on there. Then what I would do is what I'm going to do with my gnomes that I've already got in place. So because I know my gnomes are going to stamp, look, there, because that's where I was doing it all. I'm going to put that there, put my little bit there. So remember, this is my tree. And then I've just used Memento black ink. So the great thing, in fact, I'm going to do this on purpose. Let me do a rubbish job at stamping this. So I've inked it up, and I know it's going to be in the right position because they were, like my tree, they were where they were. And I go, oh, right, that's great. And that's like, oh, that's a bit rubbish. I only ever got a hair there. Now, if you were doing that with stamps on a block, you'd be stuffed. You'd have to turn it over, do another one. But because we're all in the right place, I'll ink it up a bit better this time. I can just go over it and over it and over it until I'm happy. Look at that. I'm thinking, no, do you know what? I still want one more because he's got a few missing bits over here. That's because I did him a bit dodge to start with. So I could just do him if I wanted to. But you know what? I quite like a very bold outline. So make sure I'm... There you go. So you could keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. And if this was, as it probably should be, because it was a bigger bit of card. So if I was doing multiple, let's just pretend they aren't there, multiple Christmas cards, and you set up this image. So let's just say you had Mr. Gnome here. You could literally just cut your piece of card, put it in, stamp. Next bit of card, stamp. Next bit of card, stamp. You're not faffing around trying to measure it up and get it in the right place and get it straight. You know it's in the right place, you know it's straight, you're good to go. You can just whack in piece after piece after piece, and yeah, that's Stamper Artist is the way to make multiple Christmas cards. But in this case, we just got it in the right place and we managed to do that. So I don't use it very often because I don't do lots of multiples. And I tend to do a lot of stamping, then cutting. So if I mess it up, I just do it again. But for things like this, it's a must-have. So that was your Memento ink there. Tuxedo black Memento ink. So how did I colour these? How did I get the white? Ta-da! A Stampin' Chalk marker. Only comes in white. That's it. And just colour as you would anything. So look how white it comes out. Now it does come out wet and it does have to dry. So let's do his little moustache. I tend to do a few kind of lines, and you may not see it straight away, but as it dries, it will get brighter. And if you're not happy with it, we'll go over it again. So this is where I go quiet because I can't colour and concentrate and talk at the same time, it seems. I've realised. So waiting for that to dry. I'll do a little pinafore. I'm not going to do it all, by the way. It could be a bit boring watching me do that all day. La la la. And you can kind of sit there and think, oh, well, I'm not really colouring. It's not making much of a difference. But you will see when it dries. And if it doesn't, we'll just go over it again. And I think I have. I know. I know I went over it a couple of times. Let's have a look. So what have we got here? So Michelle, you don't need to be sorry, you distracted me. Elizabeth loves the gnomes. I loves the gnomes. Michelle, thanks. Ali, I've said hi to. Vivian's got the complete curvy set and love it. She's going to have to order some more paper though. It is really versatile, isn't it? But yes, it's available to demonstrators now. But if you're not a demonstrator, then you have to wait till next month. But if you want to be a demonstrator, we can talk about that. You can get your hands on things early, just like Vivian, just like Michelle, just like me. And if you like this paper, you can actually get it in your starter kit right now as well. So you can add pre-order demo specials to a starter kit, which is nice. So that's starting to dry a little bit. You can just kind of see, actually shows better on the screen than it does. I haven't done his hat yet either. And do you know, the first one I coloured of these, I went over his hat, but actually I quite preferred going round the snowflakes on this, because then it still showed, whereas it dulled down the snowflakes when I kind of went over them. But you don't want to go over this over and over and over, because the wetness of the ink will start bringing up the fibres of the paper. But, you know, twice, lightly, you can see it coming up a little bit brighter now. And that's it. And I saw this stamp set done in this design by somebody in my team, Carrie. It was so simple. She'd done crumb cake, which is slightly darker brown, and she'd literally just stamped these and did this to them, and I was like, I love that. So I have her to thank for that, and I went, oh, I could do that with the new Sahara sand. It would work. So there we go. So you can start, and you see the difference there. So cute. So cute. Yes, I think I'm going to just do a bow on the left, Elizabeth. So we'll go back over those, because by the time I come to sticking them down, I did do a blue Peter. Here's one I did earlier, because I didn't know how long it was going to take me. Not that I'm doing that perfectly. But look, there's one I did earlier. Ta-da! Just in case it went wrong, it's my blue Peter. I'm going to have to use that one on the card now, but I'm going to let that dry. So I did stick that flat. You could use dimensionals. So what is dimensionals, or what are dimensionals? Dimensionals are over here, and they're just 3D foam tape. So 3D foam tape comes in whole sheets, or it comes in little bits like this. So I'm going to stick, hold on, I'm going to stick that on there first of all. Oh, I do make odd noises when I craft, don't I? Oh, and I have got a top tip coming for a sentiment in a minute. So that's that. So yeah, so dimensional. So you can use the edges as well. Don't waste the edges. That would be perfect actually for something like this. But in this instance, I'm just going to use my little hexagons. And that's how normally laminate. And it's got paper on, so it's not sticky at the moment. So you've got to sit and pick all those off, which is a bit of a pain. Bit boring for you to watch, really, isn't it? Talk amongst yourselves. So I could have used any white ribbon with this, but I did pick a bit of shimmery, glimmery ribbon. So where's my card? There we go. Now this is where you do have to make sure you're not sending cards to Australia, or if you're in Australia, Michelle, cards to the UK. So make sure your base card is the right. Don't be doing it like that. Won't be the first time I've done that, or the last, I'm sure. So in fact, I'm gonna stick that centrally, and I tend to, when I'm doing this, I tend to just put it down really lightly, because then it doesn't stick. And then I kind of give a little count. If I've got things that look a bit line-ish, I just kind of try and make sure that they are, you know, it's central. When I'm happy, then I'll commit. You can still peel those off, but it does get a little bit harder as time goes on. There's my piece of ribbon that I cut. I won't be needing all that now. So this is the Snowflake Splendor ribbon. So it's quite a stiff ribbon. It's not floppy. Oh dear, I'm going to leave that one there. So yes, so what are we going to do with this now? So I'm going to tie a bow, because we're going to have a bow somewhere, and I know I haven't done my sentiment yet either. So my bow, 2 bunny ears. So just overlapping like that. Yeah, you see that? And then I'm going to pass one over that through. Go on, through the gap. I normally do this with tweezers, not my big fussy fingers. Come on, there we go. And then pull. And you end up with a massive ribbon, but you just keep pulling the tails until you're happy. And pulling that and pulling the tails until you're happy. Well, it's up to you how big or small you want your bow. I do like a small diddy bow. But sometimes with these stiffer ribbons, they become a bit more difficult to do little ones. But there we go. Now, I'm going to leave that for a minute. What I'm going to do is the sentiment. So my little top trick on the sentiment that I need some white card for. I haven't got that either. Hold on. There we go. So I've got a bit of a scrap of card. We can see it's got something on the back, but we always reuse it. So this is a sentiment from that stamp set. I'm going to use the black again. So this is a red rubber stamp, but I need a block. So once you've got acrylic blocks, then you can buy all these stamps. And it's got a bit of a cushion, a bit of a foam there, so you get a cushion. Now I'm going to try and do this reasonably straight, but I'm not going to. Well, I am going to try hard, but I'm not going to be too bothered if it's not straight, she says. Might be upside down as well, but that doesn't matter either. If you're worried about committing, or to get it out the right way, look at me, then you could also just stamp on your scrap bit of paper first. So I am going to trim this, because we haven't got a lot of space. I did think about putting it over here, and do you know what, I might change my mind. Who knows? So my little trimmer, I've taken off my finger guard, so hopefully I won't chop my fingers off. Oh, it's all stuck. There we go. So that is it stuck. Now, I have used this classic label punch for my punch. It's locked, so I go like that. And it's just like any office hole punch. So an office hole punch, you would put your piece of card in and you'd go like that. It's just a different shape. Instead of 2 holes, it's this. Now, oh, do you know what? I just thought this does actually fit in here. I was going to show you something different then. You know, this does fit in here perfectly. I'd forgotten about that. What I was going to show you, and I'll still show you because we can do it afterwards, is if this was longer. Now, where did I do one? I did this morning. Hold on. See if I can sneaky peek a bit. Where have I put those cards? Oh, here we go. Right, Elizabeth, don't look. So this is one of my cards for my retreat this weekend. We have a team retreat, and that is longer than that. So that's it. Look away. So what I do is I trim it. And then upside down, so the whole punch is upside down, and I slide it wherever it's going to print, she says, there we go, and move it. There we go, that's one end done. You've got a little flag end as well. And then the other end, do exactly the same. You slide it in where it's going to punch out. There we go. I so didn't cut that very straight. So I'm going to do it again. But if you've got a longer sentiment, that's how you do it. And that works with any punch. So if you've got a circle punch, you can put rounded ends on the end of an oblong and all sorts. But you know what? Because I know it does fit in there, because I've forgotten that. I was doing a video for that retreat this morning, you see. So yes, we've got our first team retreat. It's all online. But they're getting 4 creative classes and 4 business classes. And it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. But I was doing videos for that this morning. Not last minute at all. Who said that? So this fits exactly. So there we go. And it doesn't make this upside down. I use all my punches upside down so I can see. If I was doing it that way, I would not know what was in where. Let's do it upside down. Make sure there's an even bit each side. Punch. Job done. Let's get rid of all that. So we have normal size dimensionals, which is say with these. Then we have baby ones, which are absolutely perfect for this. And I have to say, I do have fiddly fingers, so I do use some tweezers for this. I wish Stampin' Up would do tweezers. But there we go. I'm hoping you can't hear my husband and my son, who seem to think it's the best time to sit and just talk outside my room. Of course. Love the bunny ears fold. There you go. Elizabeth, you're back. Oh, did you see that or not? So we could put that, I was going to put it over there. You could put it over there. I might have to sit and wait and see what I'm going to do with my bow. I might not even put my bow on now, but let's cut him. So my tails on my bow, I always do, I kind of line up with that bit there, whatever that's called, the bow bit, so that they're at the same length. You can, of course, have long tails and all sorts of things. But right, what are we going to do with this? If we put that there, we could... Oh, I've taken the things off. We could put that over there. Do I cut his feet off? What do we think? You can't see. I've just realised that I'm getting smaller and smaller. Right, so I'm thinking if I stick my bow on the corner there, what do we think? I'm thinking it needs to be kind of opposite somewhere. I'm kind of thinking off. What do I think? Corner. And chop off their feet. What do we think? Give me some feedback. Where should we put it? So on the original card, it was in the middle. There we go. And we could still go middle. What do you reckon? Who's going to tell? I know there's a delay, so I need to hold on. Who's going to tell me where we stick it? Don't want it there. I'm up a bit. I'm thinking here. I think I might chop his toes off. Let's see. No one's going to tell me, are they? So I'm going to chop his toes off. So, and the reason this works is that you've got the 3 odd numbers, so 3 gnomes to focus on, but they're kind of one focal point. So the bow, the gnomes and the sentiment give you 3 things, a triangle to focus on, and that's why the design works. So I've stuck that there. So bows I always stick on with glue dots. Don't try and peel the glue dot off here. You can't even, can you about see that? I think you can. Then just put the bow to the glue dot, lift it off. Now there's now a glue dot on the back of there. That can go on the corner, that can go there. We're done. I have a crafter math, but can you see those, or do I need to go like that? There we go. There we go. To the right side, bottom right. Oh, well, there you go. Yay! Phew! I went with what you said because I didn't see those. So there you go. Don't worry if you forget the ribbon. It's all good. So there we go. Oh dear. Hello, I'm back. So that's simple, tone on tone, monotone, whatever you want to call it, card, the Sahara sand and the white. I love it. I love it with the... And you could obviously add snow and things like that as well if you wanted to. But that's it for today. I've actually gone longer than I thought. I wasn't expecting to be this long either, especially being so sort of prepared. But yeah, so if you aren't too late, you can still join the monthly club if you want to today, but today is the last opportunity you've got. And then we'll move on to next month's. But today you can still sign up for it. If you're watching this after Wednesday, then you can enjoy the crafting, but you can't sign up for the monthly club that includes the Gnome for the Holiday stamp set, but you could sign up for the next one. The paper sale is still going, I say, till the end of the month. But that's it. I hope you like that. I'm pleased that I've managed to do my second Facebook Live on a Wednesday. I do intend to be here as much as I can, every Wednesday if I can, but I do have a day job as well. I work 3 days outside of doing Stampin' Up, and sometimes I have to shift my days around for that depending on what my boss is doing. But it is my intention to come live to you now every Wednesday. I've even got next week's card sorted out already. anyone who knows me knows I am not that organised. But I have to be. I have to be at the moment. I've got lots going on. So I'm sitting there thinking I don't even know what next week's card is, but I know I've done it. But there you go. Right. That's it. Any questions, message me, tag me in a post below, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook. But other than that, thank you for joining me. I hope I've enlightened your lunchtime or whenever you're watching this. And yeah, as I say, don't forget you can shop natalieoshea.stampinup.net, hit the shop now button, and you can see everything. So you can go into the stamps or the papers or the inks or anything like that as well. Great quality products, that's why I love them. Great quality coordinating products, and that's the thing. I would have been looking at these again, I would have been searching for a brown piece of card that matched that so perfectly. I'd have been looking through hundreds of pieces and it still wouldn't have been right. And that's what I love about them. So you can't go wrong with a bit of white, can you? So there we go. Right, thank you for joining me. There we go. That's it for today. I will see you again next Wednesday. See you then. Bye.